Let us make some definition. For parasitism is a kind of interaction whenever the two individuals are living together, one is benefited, other is affected. Okay, who is benefited? Parasite is benefited. Who is affected? Host is get affected. That we are the victims here. We got so many, we learned so many diseases. But actually, the parasitic mode of life ensures free lodging and meals. Means here, parasite which is living in the body, getting free lodging and free boarding, that food, free food, that what you can say, that and Plasmodium, Entamoeba, Ascaris, Salmonella, Typha, so many are there which are living in the body, which they are getting free food. Is it so easy to live in the human being? Do you feel so? Do you think so? Is it so easy to live in the human being? No.
No, sir.
They have to evolve. Evolution is required over. They need to adapt. We learned that in the form of parasitic adaptation, like Taenia solium is having hooks and sucker, like Entamoeba histolytica is living outside from the cystic stage, encysted stage condition. Likewise, ascaris bear thick cuticle. We learned all this. Okay. And what is host specificity? Means a particular parasite adapted to live in a certain host. Means, for example, we are talking about Plasmodium vivax. Who are the two hosts for Plasmodium vivax?
Human and mosquito.
Human and
Yeah,
mosquito.
human and mosquito. Which mosquito?
Female
Anopheles.
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 Female Anopheles mosquito, isn't it? In case, imagine if Plasmodium entered into the female Culex mosquito, will it survive?
No, sir.
No. In case female Anopheles mosquito bites the dog and in that Plasmodium vivax stages are entered in the dog, do the dog get malaria?
No, sir.
No.
No, no, not at all. Because Plasmodium vivax is ours. What we are talking. Ours, Plasmodium vivax. That's what you can say. Parasite adapted in a host, evolution of the parasite is now stick on to a certain host. In case if it reaches to the another host accidentally, even they can't survive. Sometimes, very few times it can survive. We call that kind of host as a reservoir. If you remember, for Plasmodium monkey is a reservoir. Okay, so what we are saying here, many parasites are evolved to be host specific, which means they can parasitize only in a specific species of the host in such a way that the both host and the parasite are tend to co-evolve. That means along with us, the parasite is also evolved. That's why they became successful. Otherwise, that they may not be successful. In the series of competitions, many of them are already gone out. Toxoplasma, Gondii, Babesia, Bigemina, Theileria, Parva. All these are brothers of Plasmodium. Do you heard their names? No. Plasmodium is a well-known name all over the world because that is very much successful, evolved like a human being, along with the human being. What it means? The host evolves a special mechanism for rejecting or resisting the parasite. Parasite has to evolve mechanisms to counteract. Okay, that means host is fighting against the parasite, and parasite is counteract. That also should counteract. So host act, parasite counteract. Then only it will survive. That's what we are talking about. Okay, and neutralize that particular defense action by the host. Now corona is doing that like that. We have prepared a vaccine. A new variety of coronavirus came in London now. And scientists are saying we don't know our vaccine will work on that particular or not. Only that kind of now the most happening is the virus, coronavirus. That is most successful parasite, we can say. Adapted to the human being, changing continuously. Host is acting, parasite is counteract. That if we ask you last month only you came to me, why you came back again? That means second time also now it is attacking. Why you came back again? I knew that they are saying host acted last month and host won the match, but a new virus, by changed virus, came now. That means these kind of counteracting parasites only will be most successful. So in order to continue the successful parasitic relationship with the same host species, they have to change, they have to adapt, they have to evolve. Okay. That in order to lead successful parasitic life, parasites are having they evolved very special adaptations. Most of them, which we already seen in our earlier classes, but some of them here. No parasite will have the sense organs. Nothing developed because they don't require, because they are living in the human comfortably. So what is the necessity of the sense organs? Not at all necessary. That's why that additional whatever not required they lose. Okay. Presence of adhesive organs. Do you have any example for this? Presence of adhesive organs to attach the intestine, like
Tenia
suckers.
soli.
Area
Yeah,
solid.
suckers are present in the tinea, solium, and fasciola hepatica. Hooks. Where do you see the hooks? Again, tinea solium. Hooks and suckers in tinea solium. Suckers, when it comes, fasciola you can take. The cling on to the host body part. That suckers and hooks are helpful for what? Cling on to the host body parts. Do you remember Ascaris is having lips? For this particular context, Ascaris developed lips. 3 chitinous lips are there. So presence of adhesive structures such as suckers, hooks to cling on the host body parts, we can say. Next, loss of digestive system. Do you have any example for this loss of digestive system, as I said to you in earlier classes? Loss of digestive system. That parasite enters in the body, only one parasite stay, 2-meter long, belongs to phylum Platyhelminthes, no elementary canal. And it has high reproductive capacity. Every segment contain male-female reproductive systems, which we call proglatids. Each segment can produce 35,000 eggs. Did you remember which parasite I'm talking? Loss of digestive system and high reproductive capacity. Still are not answering. I'll draw the diagram.
Tenia soli.
2-meter long in the small intestine. Only came with the spoon, I said. No elementary canal at all. Means how human eats, human digests. What these people do? They have microvilli on the body surface. They absorb, that's all. Just they absorb. They came with spoon. Food they are taking from human being. So that's what we can say. So that is one of the another aspect here. Next, life cycles of parasites is so complex, as we have taken one of the example like Tinea solium. Life cycles of parasites is so complex. Like polyembryony. Did you heard this word? Polyembryony.
Yes, sir.
Larva produce many larvae involving one or two intermediate hosts even present. Two intermediate hosts. One intermediate host we know. Now here the new thing we are learning. One or two intermediate hosts even present here to complete the life cycle. So that is new one here. This is the only new one to be learned from here. Two intermediate hosts. Who is that? Liver fluke. Liver fluke we know fasciola hepatica. But there is a human liver fluke is there. Human liver fluke. Human liver fluke, which is living in the human. We have our own liver fluke. Fasciola living in sheep. The human liver fluke is there. It is completing its life cycle along with the human. The two intermediate hosts, snail and fish. It has two intermediate hosts, snail and fish. Okay. So we know that about the malaria parasite. It need a vector, mosquito, to spread the other host, biological vector we can say. So what we can say according to this, majority of the parasite are having different kinds of adaptations to evolve this kind of situation, like loss of sense organ, presence of adhesive such as suckers, hooks to cling onto the host body part, loss of digestive system and high reproductive ability and capacity. And life cycles of parasite is so complex, involving one or two intermediate hosts to complete the life cycle. For example, we have taken human liver fluke and which has two intermediate hosts, snail and fish. Okay. So types of parasite. This is formality for us because we already learned in biology, human welfare. Just we'll go a little faster here. The parasite living outside the body is called.
Ectoparasite.
Ectoparasite.
Yeah, the parasite living outside the body is said to be ectoparasite. Okay. That ectoparasite, do you have any example? Ectoparasite?
Lice
Example for
on human.
ectoparasite.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
what's that? Ectoparasite?
Head lice.
Lice. Lice on
Lice.
human being. Hair in the human. Pediculus humanus capitis, the scientific name. No need, just a example saying. Next, ticks on dogs. Lice on human, ticks and dogs. And marine fishes are ectoparasites of copepods. This already we learned here. Copepods on marine fishes. These are the examples. Copepods on marine fishes. Okay. Next, endoparasite. What is endoparasite?
The parasites which live
Parasite that
body of
lives inside the body of
The
the host is
parasites
called
who are living
endoparasite.
in the host body. We can say them as endoparasite. Endoparasite living inside the host body. We have so many examples. Liver, kidney, lungs, RBC, various places we are seeing various kinds of parasite which are extremely specialized with their morphological, anatomical feature. They are greatly simplified while emphasizing the stressing on the reproductive potential capacity of ability of production. When you take Plasmodium, sporozoite, one entered inside. How many came outside? 12,000 cryptozoites are entered. They came outside. These kind of potentiality, we are seeing so many in biology and human welfare chapter. So what is special here? What is special here? That we have to talk about. A very interesting phenomena which is given here, that is brood parasitism. Brood parasitism. Brooding means after laying eggs, birds will brood. Do you know? That means brooding makes over sitting on that particular eggs, which makes over that over a period of time, chicks will come. Birds we are talking. That means our bird, the chick will come. Okay. So what is brood parasitism? The sudden birds show a special type of parasitism, which the parasitic bird lays its eggs on the nest of its host. Means some more eggs I am going to draw here, which is similar to the host eggs. During the course of evolution, the eggs of the parasite birds have evolved to resemble the host egg. Means these eggs are also, that for your understanding, I changed the color, but these eggs are also resemble the host eggs. Okay, who is the host? That is the question here. Who is the host and who is the parasite? Who is that lazy fellow that laid host eggs? These are, and the red color which I am showing, that is parasitic eggs. Okay, so we should know who is that who laid eggs here and gone out. Okay, so let me draw the bird. So I'm trying here. Don't at least bird like. Okay, who is the host? Do you know this story? That might have learned over as a childhood story. That Koil and Cuckoo. Who is the host? That Koil, Cuckoo. Koil is nothing but cuckoo, we can say. Is going to lay the eggs on nest of crow. Okay, so who is the host here? Crow. Innocent one is crow. Okay, then in the crow nest, who is coming to lay the eggs? Cuckoo, Koil. Cuckoo, Koil, we can say this as. So Koil will come and lay the eggs here. Okay, and it will go. That during the course of evolution, that eggs look like Koil eggs look like crow. That became an advantage here. So what a kind of advantage? Host bird is unable to detect the foreign eggs that ejecting them from the nest. So what you can say, a kind of special type of parasitism that we can say. So heard about that the story earlier, or else I don't think so. You'll be confused over. But this is a regular question from here, because not anything you learn new in case of parasite. We already learned about this in biology and human welfare. So then, what is the new thing here? Brood parasitism. Okay. Who is the parasite here? Cuckoo. What it is doing? Laying eggs in the crow nest. That in course of evolution, quail planned to make their eggs to be resemble with the host egg, crow eggs. So unknowingly, innocently, that crow has made a brooding of that eggs also. From there, who is coming? That quail also coming. So that's it. That what you can say, cuckoo and quail story. So that's it. Any doubts here?
Sir,
Hmm.